It's the start of another week of NFL action, and that means it's Thursday night in the NFL here on EA Sports.
A losing streak can wear down a team, and of course we've got one team coming in here having lost its last 3.
When you lose a couple games in a row, you start to doubt what you're doing on the football field. You lose confidence. So what do as a coach in a situation like this? You make it very simple for your players on both sides of the ball. Go back to the fundamentals and just give them this. Let's out-hit the other team today, and that should be enough to help us win the game.
And he's out across the 20 and tackled at the 21. The Chargers go with the dime formation here on defense. First down at the 21. Alexander's the one who made the big stop.
The D-line all talking. I think they're expecting run. That's why they're shifting to their left.
And the catch is made by Rod Streeter. This play set up by the long gainer. Handoff made. They deck him in the backfield. This will be second down.
The Chargers defensive coordinator, my gosh, he is one happy guy. Anytime you get in the backfield and stop a runner and make him lose yards, that's some good stuff.
And it's incomplete. Just can't hold on that time. And now a look at the Raiders offense. They've got a rushing attack that's hovering right around league average this season. The Raiders with a third down play coming up and hoping to improve in this category versus a week ago.
All right, here we go. Wide and
Doesn't like what he sees on the defensive side, so he is changing the play to the receivers by giving him hand signals. The Raiders really don't have much of a chance of picking up this first down. It's third and long. Of course, the defense is looking for passes down the field. They're all over everything, and the pass goes incomplete.
We'll see what he can do here. Gains 12. Bell takes his spot in the backfield. The Chargers from the 22. And this is dropped. And now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They've shown this season they're not a team that's going to run the ball very much. Second and 10. To give for about 4. And now here's the Raiders defense. They are one of the best in the NFL when it comes to total defense. It'll be third down. The corners are going to meet the receivers right on the line of scrimmage. Phillip Rivers from the shotgun. Looking across the middle. Looking underneath, this will go incomplete. Fields will be called on now to punt the football. And he punts it, and it's going to sail out of bounds, trying to play kick away from that dangerous returner. First down at the 35. Dan picks up about 3. And now here's the Chargers defense. They've had a tough time this year slowing down the running game. It'll be interesting to see how they'll fare against it today.
They went with the ground game on first down, bringing up second.
The defensive line, they're all shifting to the right. I think they're expecting a run.
Looking for some daylight up the middle.
After that last run, it sets up 3rd and 6. Carr's going to take the snap from the shotgun. Michael Crabtree with the catch.
The Raiders are set to punt. He's going to try and return this one. He's taken down at the 23.
The Chargers. Know there's 3 parts to every football game: offense, defense, and special teams. What a play for the special teams here. Good punt return, good blocking. They get it done.
Bell takes his spot in the backfield. The Chargers take it from the 23. Second down following the run.
This has got to be a blitz. Look how everybody's crowding the line of scrimmage.
He'll throw it over the middle. A nice grab. No doubt he was going to hold on to that one.
The Raiders defense now loading up, expecting pass with a dime defense. First down at the 47. Bell's marked down at the 47. Second down and 10. Rivers finds Gates. Mark him down for another reception.
There is nothing like having a great tight end on your offense now. There's so many things you can do with them. Remember, they're in the middle of the field. They can go down the middle. They can go outside. They can go short. They can go across. They can go out. Tough to cover the tight ends in this league now.
First down at the 34. Launches it down the field, and it's incomplete.
You only get so many opportunities in a game, Jim, and there was one. The quarterback just overthrew the receiver.
Second down after the incompletion. The Chargers at the line of scrimmage. Split backfield.
Now he's going to change the play. And look out. I think he's going to go down the field with the football.
And he comes down. No. The defender tips it out.
Well, when it's third and long in a situation like this, I'm going to look at it from the defensive side. You know they're going to be careful, so make sure you come up and just make the tackle so they don't get those yards after the catch or a long run.
Rivers is standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap. Devontae Adams makes the catch. He'll try this one from 47. The field goal attempt is good. It's good. Nearing the end of the first quarter, and the 3 points on the board puts them ahead.
Got to feel good about that drive. That was nice. Of course, it didn't lead to a touchdown, but it was good enough to get you 3 points.
Able to move past the 20 and brought down at the 23. The Raiders weren't able to get anything out of their last drive and were forced to punt as they take the field here. Do you think they are going to vary their approach, Phil?
Well, I hope so. I think they will. They got a lot of information out there in that short drive, Jim, and you do that by showing different formations and plays. You saw how the defense reacted to it. Now you counter-react and see if you can get some positive plays.
I'm sure they're tired of being in the 3-and-out business.
No, it's a bad business to be in. I know. I get in a lot of bad businesses.
The Raiders take it from the 23. And Kenny Vaccaro is in on the tackle.
Look at the defensive line shifting all down to the inside. They're pinching. They're expecting a run right up the middle.
Latavius Murray makes the catch. Coming up, second down. Murray is taking the handoff. Room to work. Steps out of bounds.
Murray's a very smart runner. He knows situations in the game. He saw the first down yard markers, and what does he do? He gets past them and picks up the first down.
Carr's back in shotgun formation. Has the reception all alone. First down following the long play.
All right, here we go. Wide and yank. Wide and yank.
The D-lines, they're seeing something on the offensive side. Everybody's shifting to their left.
Knocked down as he fires it.
That was an incomplete pass that time against cover two, the two deep safeties. And you really want to throw the football down the middle or deep down the sidelines. That time the quarterback didn't do that, and that's why it was incomplete.
The Chargers come out in a dime package. The Raiders have it at the 34. Has his target. Touchdown!
Well, as a rookie in the NFL, you're just happy to be in the league, making money, doing what you love to do, and that's play football. But how about that? When you get in position and you score your first NFL touchdown.
The Chargers ready to return the kick. No return. The ball's coming out to the 20. The Chargers put some points on the board on their previous possession, but it was just a field goal. They'll be looking to add some more right here.
Yeah, they will. And, listen, when you talk about touchdown drives, you have to kick a field goal. What does that mean? That means you failed on third down. Just not a good play on third down. They got to do better in that situation. If they do, that's going to lead to 7 points.
First down at the 20. Handoff out of the I formation. It's now second down. The quarter is about to end. One more play first.
Rivers will take the snap from the gun.
Le'Veon Bell makes the catch. McDonald in on the tackle.
Back here in the second quarter, defense ruled the first. And what are we going to see here, you think, in the second quarter, Phil?
Well, I think the first thing they got to do, Jim, is just believe in what they did all week long and preparing for the game. All the practices, all the film sessions, and just know sometimes it takes more than one quarter to get the answer. So stay with your game plan and see if you can find a way to make it work.
Breaking huddle at the 23-yard line.
Here's the first snap after the big play. Got hit on release. And now they'll try over again on second down.
Rivers out of the gun.
Got drilled as he throws it.
Well, it doesn't get much worse than this, does it? You're losing the football game. Now you're looking at third and long, and look, there are no miracles in the NFL. I'll tell you that. So be smart. If the play is not there, don't force it. Dump it off and wait for the next time you get it.
Quarters formation here for the defense. Rivers is unable to find his target that time.
When you're in a situation like this, it's third and long. What do you think the defense is going to guard against? Long pass down the field. That's right. So it's very obvious. And that time, nobody's open down the field, so the pass goes incomplete.
That field goal narrows the gap here in the early part of the second quarter, Phil.
Yeah, it was a good drive, Jim, that time. It's a morale booster. It gives you energy and did everything for your football team. I know it was just a field goal, but I thought it was very important for the football team.
And they're all over him at the 18-yard line. The Raiders coming back onto the field on offense. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it.
Listen, momentum is on their side. When you have that going for you, keep the defense guessing at what you're going to do. So I think it's very important to stay aggressive in this situation.
Murray's lined up in a single back formation. First down at the 18. Throws the pass. The catch is made by Crabtree. First down. Offense readying for the snap. The Chargers with two extra defensive backs in the dime. Murray's out there to receive the screen pass. Lewis in on the tackle. The Raiders are looking good so far, Phil, and a lot of that has to do with the passing game. Cards on fire.
It's an awesome feeling as a quarterback to be in rhythm, to get people open and have time to throw the football down the field. That's why they're winning, Jim. You said it right. The quarterback is hot.
Coming to the line at the 37.
After the long gain, let's see what they do here. Heaving it down the field, and it's incomplete.
Quarterback has a strong arm, but I am starting to question his touch. Need a little more touch on those deep passes. That time he overthrows the receiver.
The Raiders from the 37. Intercepted. Just out of the first quarter, and we'll see now if the offense can capitalize on this opportunity to get back into the game.
I would expect them to right here. They understand after a couple times out there what the defense is doing. Now take advantage of that, especially in this situation right after a turnover.
First down at the 36. Bell's going to take the handoff from the eye. Bell in the backfield. Single back set. The Chargers snap it at the 31. Rivers going to try to scramble now.
Antonio Gates hauls it in. Coming to the line at the 40-yard line.
That was a big gainer. Now it's time to back it up. Going to be a penalty here. Brown's got it on a pass, had some heat on it. The penalty is declined. That last play will hold up.
You know, when you throw the football like that down the field, you pick up a first down, now you can do anything you want on the offensive side, and you got that defense guessing.
First and goal from the 7.
Will go ground. And that's a gain of maybe 5.
If I'm on the defense and the offense is this close to scoring, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I am sending everybody. I am going to gamble that it is a run. If they have the courage to throw it, let them. If they do, of course it'll be a touchdown.
The Raiders will come out in the dime. Second and goal from the 2. They call his number once more.
Jim, I just want to say this to the quarterback. It's 3rd and goal. If the play's not there, throw it away. Do not force the action.
Just a yard away. Third and goal from the 1. Halus.
That's a touchdown. Able to take it across from just a couple of yards out. Midway through the 2nd quarter, they put themselves in front with that touchdown, Phil.
Hey, that touchdown could be a difference maker in this game. You never know. So really well called by the offensive coordinator and executed perfectly by the offensive players.
Jones will run this one out.
Miller's the one who brings him to the ground. That return's good for about 25.
The Raiders offense back on the field trying to make up for that costly mistake. The last time they had the ball, the turnover they committed immediately turned into points against them.
Yeah, it did, Jim, but you know what? It's not a perfect game. You got to deal with adversity when you're talking about football. So the
Ball was out, and the defense has it.
Well, the one thing we know about the NFL, when you have the football in your hands, they are going to attack it. You've got to know that as a ball carrier, protect it a lot better.
The Chargers offense preparing to get this drive underway. The last possession ended in a touchdown. Phil, let's see if they can do it again.
Very well done. Love what I saw out there on the offense the last time. They mixed it up and they showed a lot of confidence. You can see the speed of the football team and try to duplicate what they just did.
Now inside the 30 at the 29.
Bell takes his spot in the backfield. 2nd down and 12. Johnson's going to touchdown, Chargers.
Nowadays, so many kids, they grow up, they want to be wide receivers. I don't blame them. They're out there, they get to catch the football, they get to score touchdowns, they get to do dances, and you're not really allowed to hit them either. What a job.
The Raiders ready to return the kickoff. Jones running this one out. And they're all over him at the 18-yard line.
The Raiders are set to take the field again on offense after a crazy sequence that didn't go their way. That turnover led to turnover points. And now let's see if the offense can get that back, Phil.
Yeah, listen, I know they're going to be motivated because after they turned the football over last time, the coaches took them to the sideline and just gave them heck, that's for sure. That's a good way of seeing it. So motivation, can't make those kind of mistakes. You got to go out there and be much better.
Two-minute warning.
At the 34, 66 yards from pay dirt.
The Chargers sat at the line. Dime package. First and 10. Here's the handoff. Alexander's all over the ball carrier.
Good job by the offense here. hustle up, get that football snap, conserve time, and most of all, conserve that timeout. Those are big down the stretch. Not much the offense can do in a situation like this. 3rd and long, what you probably will have to do is either surprise them with a run or throw it short and hope somebody can make a play and pick up a first down.
Oh, and almost picked off that time.
The Raiders put themselves in a situation where the defense has all the advantage. They know the pass probably has to go down the field on 3rd and long, and they were ready for it.
He'll step out of bounds.
Well, that time he only gets a couple yards, and if I'd have been the punt returner that time, I would have called for a fair catch. Defense was close. All around you, there was nowhere to go.
Bell takes his spot in the backfield. The Chargers from the 22. DJ Hayden is there and picks it off.
DJ Hayden was probably the best cover corner in the draft. In other words, he can just line up on the outside and cover receivers one-on-one. Great job that time, and he picks off the pass.
The Raiders have it at the 34. Carr's going to take off with it. Nice catch. Ducks out of bounds.
So far, wonderful execution in this drive. When you get a chance to get out of bounds, here the offensive player got the yardage, had a chance, gets out of the bounds, stops the clock. Good job by the offense. Quarterback likes what he sees out there outside. He's changing the play with the wide receiver.
On the money. And that'll be a gain of about 2. The Raiders defense now trying to keep him out of the end zone and prevent this game from tightening up.
Well, let's see if they can keep him out of the end zone. This defense, when the offense gets inside the 10-yard line, they have not been very good. We'll see if they can change that here and make a play. Always try to save the timeout or timeouts when you can, and one way to do it is go to the hurry-up offense. Good job.
Murray comes down with it. Lewis is all over that offense and brings him down. Kenny Vaccaro reads that one and makes the pick.
Wonderful job by the defense that time. They stayed after it, and inside their own 20, they finally come up with the play. They get the interception, and they keep the other team from getting points on the board.
A miserable place to start this next drive.
Rivers connects with Antonio Gates. And Gates is tackled right at the 35.
The Chargers signal for the timeout, and that's the first one they've used. First down here after the completion.
Rivers out of the gun. Almost intercepted.
The quarterback's picked up on something. He's changing the play here.
2nd and 10.